Christopher Nolan is always experimenting with reality in his films that makes for some amazing mind-bending experience for moviegoers. His latest film in the science fiction realm is Interstellar and stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and is also written by Jonathan Nolan. The film tackles the science theories and facts like black holes, wormholes, and time travel, and they did such an amazing job at it that at some points you actually start to believe that some of these things are actually possible. And at one point I'm like, why would NASA cancel, space exploration? I mean, there are wormholes out there somewhere. And then it hit me like wormholes, yeah, they're not real. But could something like similar to a wormhole happen? Hell yeah. I mean, come on. You never know what can happen in this universe. You just never know. Interstellar was really great. The science is truly believable and the actors were amazing. But my only problem with the film had to do with the fact that at times that it felt a bit rushed. Like it would have helped the quality of the film if they actually slowed things down a bit more, because if you're like an audience who's not familiar with all these space vocabulary that they're using, like you're gonna be lost. Like it's like you're just sitting there and you're just accepting what you're being given. Like it's like you have no idea what's going on and you're just like watching a movie just to watch it. I would love if they actually like explain what some of these phenomenon meant more. Like I would have been a bit more invested into the film. And if you're not familiar with words like singularity, well, you're gonna be a bit lost. So I would have loved if they actually just went into more explanation, do some more explanation. But I know having more explanation would have increased the runtime of the film. But the way I see to offset that would have been to cut out some of the Earth scenes from earlier on in the film, because some of those scenes that you didn't really need, like you could have used them in flashback. So I really would have liked it if they just slowed it down a little bit, explain stuff a little bit more. At the end of the film, when you look at all the facts that you've been given, you will probably still be confused because things just does not add up, all right? Things just does not add up. There are plot holes, all right? There are some plot holes. It's a lot to take in, and when you try to put everything together, it just still does not connect. You know what I mean? It still does not connect, and I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is always doing his ambiguous end. Like this thing could happen or this thing could happen. It's Christopher Nolan, so you kind of expect, stuff like this. Overall, Interstellar is a fantastic science fiction film that I would recommend that you watch more than once to truly grasp everything they're throwing at you. And as I said, some things just does not connect, and you're probably going to be like Leonard Shelby on an unsolvable puzzle as you try to piece everything together. Memento. For me, Interstellar is a king of diamond. It is all entertaining. The actors were amazing. The storytelling was great, and the visuals were out of this world. Like almost like literally. And yes, it has its few flaws. Man, this film was insane. Like I don't remember ever watching a film that have had to do so much research on. Like I'm on Google, like googling black holes, black hole leads to wormholes, wormhole leads to singularity, singularity leads to event horizon. Like there was just so much. Like this film, it is a lot to take in. It is amazing. It is a must see. Interstellar, go check it out. This film, it is it's mind-bending. It's awesomeness. If you came out of this movie and you claim you understand everything about the film, well, good for you. But some of us don't really understand everything because, well, it's hard to understand everything when there are some things just does not add up. And they are the one that does not add up. They. So when Cooper and Tars ejected, they were inside the black hole, but they were pulled inside the Tesseract. Now the Tesseract is also the black hole's singularity. Now the singularity is what Professor Brand needed to complete Plan A. He needed the quantum gravity to complete his quantum gravity formula. He needed some data from the singularity, and there's like nowhere to get into a black hole. If you go into a black hole, you're gonna be destroyed. So that's kind of what made it impossible to get the data for the singularity. But Cooper and Tars, on the other hand, they were somehow pulled into the black hole singularity. But the black hole singularity, the Tesseract, were actually created by future humans so that Cooper would be able to transmit the singularities data to his daughter Murphy, who is back on Earth. Now, with that data, Murphy is able to, solve Professor Brand's quantum gravity formula and ultimately push mankind to the stars. That's how you had Cooper Station being created.